Close your eyes for just 1 second. Imagine a world without light. Scary? Maybe, but is darkness really our enemy? Before we begin, I want to tell you a little story. Listen carefully because I have vacation for you. Imagine a little child who is training for a competition. And he trains again and he trains again. But he fails. He cries. He feels frustrated. And he trains again and fails again. And lastly, he trains again. And finally, they wins. The question is, where was the spark born? When he won? No. When he was training? No. The spark was born when he chose to get back up. That is the spark from the darkness. In my opinion, life is like a matchstick. It has to keep becoming a light in the darkness, but sometimes it needs to keep becoming struck again before it can create a flame. And so do we. And now I want to take you deeper into what it means. What's your first impressions when you see or hear about a doctor? We see the white coat, we see the intelligence, we see the success, but we rarely see the failures, the rejection, the exhausted, and others. And the moment she questioned herself whether she was good enough or not. And that is called spark from the dark. It was born in the darkest night when giving up felt easier than moving forward. And that is the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you one question. When you are in a failure and rejection, you of course feel tired, you feel frustrated, and you keep thinking like, maybe none of this worth it. But do you know a secret? Stars only shine because it is dark. And let's think, what if darkness wasn't the end? And what if darkness is actually the beginning? And let's take a look at it differently. And let's remember, many of people we admire share something in common. Their face failure when the moment success seemed far away. But they learned how to become alive and rise. And that is the important thing we need to do. For example, the woman I truly admire, Dian Sastrowardoyo. She is Indonesian art and truly entertainment industry. But who would have thought that she once rather and went through the problem and painful experience. And she is maybe have defined that moment. But no, she kept moving forward. And that we can learn from her is rejection and failure wasn't the end. And sometimes it's the things that we can shape our mentality and can make us to become better from before. So ladies and gentlemen and everyone, do you understand what I mean now? Have you ever stared at your exam paper wondering if you were good enough? Have you ever raised your hand in front of your classes but keep silent because you were afraid of being wrong? Well, I'm sure we all have experienced that moment. Be brave to try. Be brave enough to fail. Be brave enough to become a light for others, even for yourselves. Because sometimes the sparks isn't meant to light your own path, but sometimes it exists to help someone to find theirs. So when the darkness finds you, don't ask, why is this happening to me? But ask, what spark is this from the darkness trying to create? So ladies and gentlemen, let's promise ourselves to think and change our mindset about it. Because the brightest stars are never stirring during the day. But the brightest version of you can only be discovered in the dark. So you decide, will you curse the darkness or will you become the spark that light it?